and gentlemen, this is the Freedom Day special edition of Plugged In with myself, Rai. We're getting into all of the amazing stuff that our artists/activists are doing. Let's get into it. Hey, you know who I feel like should be a future president? Thuso Mbedu. Yes, you know her as an actor. She first came out on the Sugar television show by the Staying Alive Foundation. And you could tell, Wutinje, this girl is not just using her acting to, I guess, glorify herself, but to put a spotlight on narratives and conversations that are uncomfortable. I'm talking about slavery. I'm talking about just trauma, generational traumas. These are the stories that Thuso Mbedu chooses to work with. And Girl Up is a foundation that she is also a part of. We can tell Wutsi, this future president, I'm giving you that title, girl, is somebody that loves advocating for women and stories that matter. Speaking of another artivist, we are still in South Africa. Zakes Bantwini. This guy has been in the game and he is focused on building sustainable artist careers. And that is part of his artivism. He's actually part of a movement that is called the artivism movement. Now, I don't know if you guys know in South Africa, but we're dealing with, especially when it comes to the artist and the protections that artists have for their work, he is part of that fight, part of that movement to make sure that, you know what, the copyright laws, I know, they're aligning nicely. Pan-Africanism, that is the word I want you guys to think about. And then think about Ghana, because they made it possible for us on the continent. They were the first ever independent African country. And Stonebwoy is following in those footsteps. He recently graduated from his Master's in International Relations and Diplomacy, and he is using that in his music. You guys know Stonebwoy is one of the biggest artists to come out of not just Ghana, but West Africa. And he's using that smart brain to make sure that there's environmental advocacy that is happening, that Pan-Africanism is something that he stands for. And I am just going to say, Stonebwoy, when are you going to be at the African Union heading that one up? Because it's time now. Kuliko Jana. Jana, if you guys do not know that song, you have been living under a rock. Kenya, I need you to stand up. This group started off a cappella and they added instruments, and now they are one of the biggest bands to come out of the continent of Africa. I am talking about Sauti Sol. There's something about the song that I was singing earlier on. It connects so much with you. And Sauti Sol knows the power that they have with their music, and they use the specific lyrics in the song for activism to convict us and make sure that we are questioning things like corruption, that the youth feel like we have a place in the government. And I love it. I am here for it. King Ta is what she is affectionately known as, but her title is Thandiswa Mazwai. Sorry, the Thandiswa Mazwai. Ooh, this woman is all about decolonizing the mind and also talking about indigenous African identities. You can hear it in her music. You see it in her performance. You see how she is connecting with something that is much bigger than her artistry. She's connecting with the people that came before her. And that is the performance that Thandiswa is giving you when she stands on that stage. In closing, let me do a little shameless plug for myself as well, because you know, Rai loves to talk. So I hope you guys are here for it. I'm somebody who loves to use my platform to make sure we as the youth are switched on and plugged in. You know how we're celebrating Freedom Day? Well, it is an election year. So make sure that you guys are registering to vote. Go check out my content, because that's the stuff that I talk about, whether it's with the African Union, whether it's with organizations that are just for us as the youth and making sure that we are empowered. You know I'm always gonna be talking about that. Well, I hope you guys really enjoyed the whole tally up of all of the artists and future leaders that we had on the roster. Let us know on the socials, who was your favorites? But that's all that we have for you today. Once again, Rai, on the flip side.